Hello once again. Happy Thursday. First day of my spring break. First day of many spring breaks in the area, I know. And the 17th day of VEDA. And so far, even though I totally called it and my video from last night posted early this morning, basically we've made VEDA every single day, even though we've had some hiccups as far as internet schedules and illness have gone. So I'm pretty impressed. On Tuesday I was supposed to post a video and I did not get that done. And that was also supposed to be the day that I posed a question to Alyssa for her to respond with a video. So today that's what I'm going to do. And my question is, what is your favorite thing about spring? I'm trying not to make all of these either like controversial issues or things about reading, even though I just read a really amazing article, I guess, kind of like a blog post about a teacher, a high school English teacher, who asked her students like 6 questions, her female readers, and I'm really interested in that, and sometime I want to listen to answer that, but I'm going to save it for another time. Today I'm going to talk about spring. Like I said, spring break, 5 uninterrupted days off of work, which I need desperately. I'm so excited, and I spent the morning baking. I made like 10 cakes, which was like 5 batters of cake. And I babysat my cousins, and I hung out with my grandmother, and I started seeds. If you follow me on Twitter or Instagram, you would have seen a couple of pictures of that. And that's really my favorite thing about spring. Like when it gets nice enough to just be outside all the time. And it's not so hot, like, because in Virginia, our weather is really very opposite ends of the spectrum. Like I said, the past few weekends it's been almost 80, and then hold on just a second. Yeah, it's been almost 80, and then during the week, like this week, it snowed on Tuesday and sleeted. I had to go to a training session about 30 miles from where I live, but it was like almost an hour away from work, and it was sleeting the entire time I drove there. So that's crazy. And I really enjoy springtime because generally it's really temperate. It's like the mid to upper 60s. You can go outside, you can work in your flower beds, you can work in your gardens, you can read a book, lay in the grass, and just soak up vitamin D. And then, when winter and summer are around, like when summer gets here, it tends to be, this past summer, it was like 90 degrees almost every single day. And then the heat index was over 100. So it was hard to stay outside for long periods of time. So that's my favorite thing about spring, is just being able to connect with nature. And being able to be in nature. And being able to not feel like I'm going to die because of nature. Which is funny because spring is also a huge allergy season for me. Things bloom, and that's really bad for me. But it doesn't really, it's worth it just to be able to be outside. And a lot of times in the evening, I'll just take a book out into the front yard and like either lay in the grass on a blanket, or sometimes I'll take a chair outside and sit in the sun. I love to be in my herb bed. I've messed in it the past few days, even though I don't have anything to do because I'm starting herbs from seed this year. For the past few years, I've bought plants, but I've recently, like I said in my last video, I've been really concerned with the bee population. And I want to watch The Vanishing of the Bees. That's one of my goals over spring break, is to watch that movie, documentary, and see just the horrible stuff that it's going to tell me. And I'm not looking forward to it, but I'm also really excited about it because I feel like it's going to make me a bee advocate even more. But one of the articles that I read said, I've read a lot about bee-friendly plants and what to plant in this area to attract bees. And one of the articles I read said that if you buy them in a nursery, a lot of times they still spray them with pesticides that kill the bees. So you draw them in and then they die because of the pesticides they use to grow them in big nurseries. And so this year I'm doing completely free things. My dad mixed me up potting soil. I had planned to do that, but then I had the kids. So he made potting soil from me, from my compost heap and our old garden plot that's mostly sand, and then the dirt in my herb bed. So I made my own potting soil mix, and then I planted seeds from scratch, and they won't get any kind of the only nutrients they're going to have are what I've cultivated in my compost. So they're not going to have any chemicals put on them. I'm really excited to see how they do. Alyssa get excited because you're probably going to get a huge gift of herb plants and flowers. Because I planted a ton of things because I'm so paranoid about stuff not coming up. So, like I said, I'm going to be kind of chronicling that on Twitter and Instagram, so you guys are welcome to come to the dark side and follow for tweets about gardens and Dancing with the Stars, and pictures of things I cook and flowers I grow. But anyway, make a video or leave a response here about what your favorite aspect of spring is. And Alyssa, I will see you tomorrow for your video where you tell me all the things you love about spring. Bye!